Hey guys, welcome back to Nerd Room with J&J. James Sharmack here with another Godzilla review for you. So we are moving onwards with the Playmates line of figures and, the Rant set. I like to go with it. So we're looking at their piss poor attempt at making the Space Godzilla figure, which, I probably should have gotten in hindsight in the old Bandai series, but never got him. Anyways, I got him just, obviously because I want to, go after the Playmates as I always do. Because it's fun to do these rant videos and, say, here's what I don't like. Anyways, on with the show. As usual, I hate the fact they ripped off the box design for Bandai, obviously. They're two different brands. You want to, try to, make your brand a little different. Not so much with Playmates. You say, we got the same design more or less, so these are going to be like the same figures, and that's misrepresentation. I mean, clearly they can say, well, we have a different Godzilla, we have Millennium Godzilla up in the corner, and we change the color on the fonts. So, technically we are different, so we're not trying to supposedly sell, the same shtick. But, yeah, they kind of are, they are. Same box design, same layout, whatever. Same, Godzilla font, just different color. But, I guess Toho did sign on because it has that official seal on the bottom. Same stuff on the side there. We've seen that with the Bandai. Have the figures that collect all the monsters. We've already, for some reason, that Shin Godzilla looks a lot better than the one that I have, but we'll talk about that later. I would kind of like to get the Des of Troya just to, rail on that. And, this one does look a little bit better than the one we have. So we'll talk about that in a little bit. So, anyways, we're going to take them out of the box. Take a look at the figure. I'm going to talk about the paint apps to start off with and compare them with some other figures I have in the collection. So here we go. So we have Space Godzilla out of the package. If you looked at him from a distance, you'd probably think he's fine. He looks alright. But, you look a little closer, the flaws are coming out, right? So, anyways, it comes in two pieces. The tail part, of course, you just go over here, just give it a pop on. There you go, that's quick. So, as I said, when you look closely at it, you can see the flaws. Like, the eyes just, looking at the eyes itself, just completely weird for me. Just, they look like orange things with just a little slice. I wish there was more definition in the teeth, just separation instead of just, he looks like he's just got white gums on it. No shading at all on the chest, which would have been cool. I wish there was more color separation because in the crystal, and by the way, they do have the separation, which poor, you can tell by the paint, just didn't go all the way through. Anyways, I do wish there was a little more differentiation between the colors on the crystals because they are prominent. They do light up in the movie and whatever. They did a piss poor job, of course, on the claws here, so you can see. Obviously, this back is a disaster on it, paint-wise. As I know it's a different part and it's a different material, but could have at least painted the same color on the skin, and with smaller brushes as you do with the tail, to differentiate between the crystal plates and the skin. But whatever. And yeah, let's talk about this guy's articulation. So his head goes around. His arms sort of kind of move, not so much. He has just at one point of articulation on the tail. His legs can move, and his feet can rotate. So we're going to whip out one of the Bandai figures and show what could have been, I guess. So clearly I pulled out the Bandai Godzilla just to show not only the figure design is obviously 8, but the paint apps are so much better. Look at the claws, for example. The top there, but looks like it just slapped a slapped it on, without a care in the world. The teeth have a separation to it. Obviously, they use black to separate them. It's just, as I said, looks like this one constant plate. And, there is detail in the eyes. So, it looks like fiery eyes. And, you could do so much better. I mean, I get you want to do it on a cheap. But, if, obviously, vinyl versus plastic or whatever. But even the back parts of the fins, come on. You could, color in the skin or whatever. So, it's infuriating that, for, two figures pretty much the same price point. One has a better quality than the other, but whatever. And I pulled out the Shin Godzilla figure just because I know things could be worse. I know I'm complaining, I don't like what Playmates is doing, but at least this one isn't Shin Godzilla. So, are there any redeeming characteristics to this figure? Well, he does look like Space Godzilla. I'll give it that. When you go to the store, you say, oh, there, you can actually see it. However, just, that's really what you get. He resembles him, but as a representation, I'm not a big fan. I wish the paint jobs were better. I wish he had more texture than just, the slight rise of the bumps and the scales of that figure. And I wish, as I said, the paint apps are better than, just slapping some paint on and, saying willy-nilly to it. So obviously I'm saying if you can find the Bandai Space Godzilla of this figure for a reasonable price, get it. But, this is at Walmart for like $13, so I had to, grab it just because I don't have a Space Godzilla in the collection. And, you gotta have it, right? Not to say, is it a bad figure? Yes and no. I mean, it does resemble Space Godzilla, but the quality could be a lot better. The Bandai vinyl figures are better quality for the same price point. So, what can you do, right? So anyways, that's it for this Rant-View. I want to thank you guys for watching. If you guys like the Playmates, let me know in the comments below. If you hate the Playmates, let me know that below. If you like this video, let me know in the comments. Just let me know how I'm doing. Anyways, my name is James Sharmack. As always, this has been a Nerd Room with J&J. So, until the next time, keep on collecting and happy hunting.